She already knows you're pretending. It's not a suspicion. It's not intuition. She has absolute certainty, and she's just waiting for the right moment to destroy you with it. I'm Zeus. I've been watching men try to impress women for 5,000 years. And you know what I discovered? You didn't fail to deceive her. She let you think you were deceiving her because it's useful for now. That moment when you pretended to be busy but answered her in 3 minutes, she noticed. That time you said whatever, but your voice trembled, she noticed. You think you're controlling the narrative, but she's cataloging every lie of yours as evidence, and you didn't even notice when this started. You know what's worse? She is not angry at you for pretending she is disappointed, because when a man needs to pretend who he is to keep her interested, she already knows the answer the real you wouldn't be enough, and now she has to decide if the fake version is worth the effort. I saw the same thing in ancient Rome. Senators pretending courage in the Senate, chest puffed, deep voice, rehearsed speeches. Their wives smiled, applauded, played the part. But when these men truly failed, and they always failed, the wives already had the next senator chosen. Same pattern, different century, same ending. Here's what you haven't realized yet. When she stops testing you, you celebrate. Finally, she stopped being difficult, wrong. She didn't stop testing because you passed the tests. She stopped because you already failed, definitively. And now she's just keeping you around until she finds something better. The tests were interest, the silence is contempt, and you didn't even see the transition happen. So while you're there relieved, thinking you finally won her over, she's already emotionally gone, just waiting for the right logistics to discard you physically. Now let me show you exactly when this happened to you. You started pretending the moment you decided to be the type of guy she wants. Maybe it was on the first date. You saw her look at you and thought, okay, I need to impress, so you became an edited version of yourself. The confident version, the version that doesn't care, the busy and successful version, and it worked. She got interested, so you thought, perfect, I'll maintain this persona. But here's the problem. You're not a professional actor. Actors train for years to maintain consistent characters. And even then, they break character between takes. You're trying to live the character 24/7, and you break constantly. Each break is a micro-signal, an inconsistency, a crack in the mask. You know those times you slipped, showed insecurity, reacted with jealousy, sent a message too quickly? You probably don't even remember them all, but she remembers. She has a mental file of every moment you broke character. And you know what the really fucked up part is? The more you try to fix these slips, explaining, apologizing, overcompensating, the more you confirm you've been pretending from the beginning. You're not saving yourself. You're burying yourself. But here's where it gets really dark. Let me explain what's happening in her brain. Because you're right to try to impress her. Everyone does it. It's not shameful. But the female brain has an authenticity detection system that you completely underestimated. For 200,000 years of evolution, women who chose fake partners, men who seemed strong but were weak, seemed like providers but were useless. Those women and their children died. So the female brain developed what I call the congruence radar. It's not listening to your words. It's measuring whether your words match your body language, your timing, your micro-expressions, your energy, when everything is aligned. You're congruent, you're real, and that's attractive. When it's not, alarm alert system. This guy is fake. You've noticed this, haven't you? That micro-silence after you said something confident. Just half a second. She paused, processed, and then smiled and changed the subject. That wasn't chance. That was remarking. Okay, he just lied. I'll note that. You know who else does this? CIA interrogators. They don't interrupt when you lie. They let you continue. Because each lie weakens your story. Each inconsistency is more ammunition. She's doing the same thing. And here's the final blow. She won't confront you. Because confrontation would give you the chance to explain, to create more performance, to fix the lie. She prefers silence, observation, data collection. And then when she has enough evidence, she won't fight with you. She won't give you a second chance. She'll simply leave, emotionally or physically, but always definitively. And you'll be confused. But why? I did everything right. No, you pretended to do everything right, and she saw every fucking time. That time you said you were busy, but viewed her story 2 minutes later? She saw. That time you didn't care that she went out, but kept asking subtle questions? She heard the insecurity in your voice. That moment when you tried to force a confident laugh, and it came out kind of artificial. She felt the tension. You gave her a complete catalog of evidence that you're weak pretending to be strong. And disguised weakness? That's more repulsive than honest weakness, because honest weakness is real. Disguised weakness is pathetic. Now, let me show you how this happens in practice. I see this everywhere. First date, guy trying to seem confident, chest puffed, voice slightly deeper than normal, telling that success story he clearly rehearsed in the mirror. She smiles, asks questions, seems engaged. He leaves the date thinking, nailed it, she bought everything. But watch her after he goes to the bathroom. The expression changes. It's not disgust. It's clinical analysis. She's processing, deciding if the performance is worth staying with him. He didn't win a girlfriend. He passed an audition, temporarily. Or the classic, guy doing the disinterested strategy. Takes 4 hours to respond. Always busy. Never available when she wants. And it works for 2 weeks. She chases. He thinks, genius, I'm the prize. But she already knows. She saw you view her Instagram 30 seconds after posting. She knows you're not busy. You're pretending to be busy while stalking her online. And her? She's testing how long you can hold the facade until you break. Because when you break, and you will break, because nobody can live a lie 24/7, she'll have absolute confirmation. You're weak trying to seem strong. And then, game over. Roman gladiators had more consistency than these guys with their dating strategies. Here's the worst of all. The guy who pretends not to have jealousy. She mentions a work colleague male name neutral context, and he forces a smile. Ah, cool. You can have male friends. I'm chill. But she sees his jaw tensed. The smile didn't reach his eyes. He changed the subject too quickly. He thinks he's being mature, confident, without insecurities. She sees a weak man hiding jealousy behind a mask of false indifference. And you know what's worse? She would prefer honesty. If he said, look, this bothers me. It's not about you, it's about me. But it's real. That would be a real man, with real emotions, with honest vulnerability. But he chose performance. And now she knows, when the situation gets truly difficult, and it will, he'll keep pretending. He won't be real. He'll be useless. You're seeing yourself in some of these cases, aren't you? Maybe not exactly like this, but the pattern is familiar. That knot in your stomach you're feeling? That's recognition. And here's the truth that will completely destroy you. The pattern that connects everything? You're not pretending to impress her. You're pretending because you don't know who you are. I've observed this for 5,000 years. The man who knows who he is doesn't pretend. He simply is, and that's attractive. Not because it's alpha or confident or any modern buzzword. It's attractive because it's rare, real is scarce, performance is abundant. But you? You woke up one day and decided, I'm going to be the type of guy women want. Based on what? YouTube? Friends? Movies? You created a character, and now you're stuck playing him forever, or until she finds out, and she always finds out. Because there's one thing women detect instantly, congruence. When your words, actions, body language, and energy are aligned, you're real. When they're not, you're theater, and theater exhausts the audience. You've noticed that being with her is exhausting, haven't you? Not physically, mentally, because you're constantly monitoring. Did I speak right? Did I react right? Am I seeming confident? This isn't romance. It's a permanent audition. And she doesn't want to be a judge. She wants a partner, but you offered performance. So she became a critic. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius said, be like the rock, the waves break, the rock remains. He didn't say pretend to be a rock. He said be the rock, but modern dating culture perverted this. Pretend to be strong. Pretend not to care. Pretend to have options. And that's why you're losing. Not because your performance is bad, but because you chose to perform instead of exist, and she noticed from the beginning. So what to do now? First, stop pretending. Obvious, but don't do the opposite nonsense. Like dumping all your insecurities on her. Look, I'm super insecure. I need constant validation. Can you fix me? That's just another performance. The performance of the sensitive, vulnerable man. Discover who you really are first, alone, without her watching. And then, be that, without excuses, if you're insecure sometimes. Okay, be honestly insecure. At least it's real. If you're not the most confident guy in the world, then don't pretend to be. Be yourself and find someone who wants you. Because when you pretend, you attract women who want the character, and then you're stuck being the character forever. Or until she finds out, and she always finds out and discards you, rejection based on authenticity hurts less. Because you know she didn't want you. Next, rejection based on performance destroys you, because you'll never know if she would have wanted you being yourself. Look, I'm Zeus. I don't give motivational speeches. I show patterns. You saw the pattern, what you do now. Your choice, but understand, authenticity isn't weakness, it's courage. Because being real means risking rejection for what you are, not for what you pretended to be. And that, ironically, is what attracts real women. Not the performance of confidence, but the courage to be real, even when real isn't perfect. So, what mask are you wearing that she already discovered? Comment. Let's see how many can admit it. And if you want to understand why your apology made everything worse instead of fixing it, I'll dissect that next. It's the same pattern. Men trying to do the right thing and destroying everything.